Right, okay, it's time to chill out now. We're all very, very busy people, aren't we? We're all moving around all of the time. We're on our feet half of our lives as well, haven't we? Well, we've got something here now which can hopefully help us with our aches and our pains and our general well-being as well, Dave.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a great system. You sit in your armchair in the comfort of your own home, you put your feet on the feet pads, and you get that TENS electrical muscle and electrical nerve stimulation, which will make your circulation improve. It makes you feel better, it relaxes you, and actually that constant stimulation that happens with the muscles is actually the greatest thing, because muscle movement is what does help circulation. You know, if you're climbing up a climbing frame, for instance, I'm not sure how many people at home will want to climb up a climbing frame, and you start losing a bit of energy, best thing to do is just swing your legs a little bit, use a little bit of muscle power, and it regenerates the muscle, and that's a fact. Absolutely. And the same with this, by having that pulsating effect from the foot pads will make the muscles work, and the muscle then regenerates its power, and that circulation of blood and energy is fantastic for you.
And it kind of works in two ways, Dave, doesn't it? So you put, obviously you would be barefoot and you place your feet here in accordance with, you know, some of the reflexology pads that you can kind of see there.
Yeah.
But you're also using these pads that actually sit on the body itself as well.
Indeed, yeah. You get 4 of the pads, so they come in a pair. So these plug in. It's very simple. It comes with a nice instruction booklet, which will explain everything very, very simply. Do read that and have a good look at it. It's very simple to use, but you will benefit from it greatly by using the booklet that comes with it. Now, the pads are the ones that sit on your shoulders, on your lower back if you have backache. You can put them on your hips, on your thighs. These will give you that tiny little pulsating power, which will then revitalise and energise, and that's what they do. So you get 4 of those actually included with it, with the cables.
It's a really, really good idea, and of course TENS therapy is used quite a lot, isn't it, in the healthcare profession as well.
Yeah.
And it's all about rehabilitation. Let's have a look at this in action as well, because we can kind of explain this as we go. So if at the moment, and actually, you know, David and I, neither of us are doctors, so I'm afraid there's no prescriptions coming your way from us, but if you have a little look at this, and I have a look at the 25 different modes that we have, you know, if you do suffer quite often with something like a stiff neck, maybe you've got a long-term lumbago, you can actually target this to those areas specifically, can't you?
You can.
To actually increase the circulation, to work on that, as you said before, not just the muscle stimulation, but the nerve stimulation as well.
Indeed, and that's what TENS is. TENS is for the electrical nerve stimulation, and EMS is electrical muscle stimulation. So that will work. I mean, here's somebody sitting at his desk, you know, doing a little bit of work, and you can have this going on. Sit back and relax is exactly what it says, and that's what you're going to do. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to, after a long day, if you spend a lot of time on your feet, whether you're at work or at home, and you spend time on your feet a lot, then this is going to be fantastic.
And you don't have to be standing on it. You can be sat on your backside watching this right now, and you could be getting the benefit of that wonderful stimulation as well. Remember, before trying anything like this, always check out with your doctor first, have a word with them, and again, read the instructions fully before you start it. $99.99, that's brilliant. So under £100. You know what it's like sometimes if you're looking for some kind of massage or therapeutic system. Often you go session by session to go and see someone, don't you? And you're usually paying for that privately. And how much is that costing you per single session? If you've got the ability, when you come home at the end of a long day, you've been on your feet all day, your back is giving you that same pain day after day after day. It might be muscle pain in your shoulders or in your neck or in your thighs or in your hips, whatever it may be. Oh, what? Right, okay, this is now risk-free shopping, because we're saying to you, if you've never tried this kind of thing before, and hands up, I'll admit I have never tried this kind of thing before, but the more I see and the more I read about it, the more I think, I want to give it a go. And you can do that risk-free right now, because we're looking at $99.99 with not one penny of postage to pay. And this is quite some sizable item as well. I mean, it will tuck away discreetly when you're not using it, not a problem. But $99.99 and no postage to pay whatsoever. And again, David, we must just stress that you and I are not doctors, so I can't claim to cure anything whatsoever. We're talking about therapeutic benefits for different people in different ways.
Absolutely. A couple of things we didn't mention. One is it comes with a remote control, an infrared remote control, so you don't have to bend down and press the buttons. You can tap them with your toes, I suppose, if you want to. You can see here the different buttons on the panel.
They're quite big, aren't they?
They are, but actually that remote control is going to do all of that for you, and that is in there with all the buttons on it, so that's simple. While you're doing that, you've got the instruction manual. Now this is fantastic. Now I know somebody who suffered with plantar fasciitis, which is in the sole of the foot, and it's like a bit like a nerve that's trapped and so on.
Right.
Very painful. And they had one of these which is built into this, and rolled the foot along this a few times, and that made it so much easier.
Yeah, because that's like a shiatsu roller, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So for your feet.
That's built in as well. So it's not only got the EMS and the TENS system, but it's got that mechanical device there as well, and all the buttons on there to show you what to do.
And 25 different modes built into this as well. So let's just remind ourselves of the kind of things that, fingers crossed, I mean, actually increasing your circulation, working on, not just your muscle system, but your nervous system as well, to ease aches and pains, hopefully. I tell you what, actually, if you've got a long-term kind of pain, and it could be back pain, it could be neck pain, it could be muscle pain, I think actually it's worth your while investing in yourself. We very rarely invest in ourselves and looking after ourselves. If this could make a difference, and it could be a loved one, it could be, mum or dad that maybe not up and about in the same way as they used to, again, for stimulating the circulation and kind of keeping you going, I just think this is amazing.
It is, and the instruction manual is very simple. There's only a few pages, but it's very, very clear and very clever the way it's laid out. So when you read this, you'll understand it. Again, sit back and relax, read the instruction booklet. It'll actually become a bit of an education as well as making you feel far, far better. Just one session a day. You can be on it for 10 minutes or 15, 20 minutes, whatever you fancy doing. That will work brilliantly. But all of the different things that you see here, actually one thing that's very, very interesting is on here, not just that, but the foot pattern and the actual reflexology system here.
Yeah, because it tells you how, it's amazing actually, our body, everything in our body is connected to the sole of our feet. So there's various areas of the sole of your feet that working on the circulation of those parts of your feet actually then translates to various parts of your body. It's amazing. Listen, we're out of time on this one. Let me give you all of the details. Remember, it is free P&P too, which is really, really good. It's under £100. It is risk-free shopping. It's a free telephone number as well. And I tell you what, just that nice red warm glow on there just gives you a nice feeling before you've even tried this. 848281 is your item number then. That's amazing, and I hope it helps lots of you.